on to Halia. Halia. This is this came from our wonderful lead cellarman. He's wonderful most of the time, Brian Taylor, and he came up with this beer. This is this is a saison base with Michigan peaches in it, but it has Brettanomyces clausinii in it, so a more tropical note and less barnyard.
Clausinii. I just want to make sure I'm saying that right.
There, people pronounce it all different ways. You can say any way you like. So, some dead airspace because I was just sort of drinking this in. It's souring up nicely. This is last year's version. We tasted the peaches are beginning to. They're still there in the background. The peaches are less in the aroma, and the tropical flavors from the Clausinii are beginning to take hold of this beer and also make it more acidic. It's really reaching its peak right now, I think. So went into the bottle. A new beer, you never know exactly what you're going to get, but boy, has it turned a lot of heads. People love this beer, and Halia is the Hawaiian word for loving remembrance. And Brian, the inspiration for this beer is a friend of Brian's who died of cancer. So a wonderful woman named Josie Jan, and so that's why it's called. They couldn't call the beer Josie Jan for some reason, but you could call it Halia, which is just as good. I got to meet Josie Jan's parents a couple of like 3 weeks ago, and it's nice to live on through a beer. I think
it's a hell of a tribute.
Yeah, it's a nice tribute, but it's also sad at the same time. She was no one deserves to go that early.
So this one here. You're saying it's about a year old now, mm-hmm. and it's really kind of coming into its own.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually never even seen this. How is it a small batch? How
yeah,
much of this do you guys
smallish
do?
batch. I mean, it wasn't enormously. It wasn't minuscule by any means. I mean, we made a beer with Deschutes last year, or for a couple of years ago. That was really a small batch. But Halia, a lot of people have had this beer, so it's not as hard to get as. It's not unobtainium, I should say. Okay.
Are you a James Cameron fan? Is that where you're? So you're trying to tell me?
No, I'm not. Not a James Cameron fan, but it is. I'm quite fond of this beer. I wasn't sure to begin with, but I sure like it now.